I'm happy to be here. It's actually very important because we are dealing with an enemy who is determined and committed in killing and doing very bad things. So the land forces need to come together and work together. Asymmetric warfare requires the services of everybody. It's a whole government approach, all regional approach, and that's why it's important for us to meet. We look at all the challenges we're facing and then the best way to go through it.
And what are some of the things that you've learned this week while you've been here?
Yeah, like cooperation, understanding, mutual respect, I think is critical. And the need for us to have better understanding on our differences so that we can see how that can play and to enable us work together.
And what's it like working with the United States Army?
No, fantastic. I've had the privilege of several times to work with the United States. I've worked with in 2000 with 2nd Battalion, 3rd Special Forces. They came to Nigeria. We were preparing to go to Sierra Leone for peace enforcement. They came with the 5 training teams, and we trained 5 Nigerian battalions. So I had the privilege of undergoing training together for 3 months, and it was, I think, the best training I've had.
Is there anything else that you would like to add, sir?
Yeah, just that I observed that there's a lot of training going with the military, but then the civilian components need to also be on the same speed because most times the military is only called upon when they are directed by the political class. So the political class need to understand that they have a role to play. Their actions or inaction could lead to terrorism. And so we need to work together to get it right.
This summit is very important and strategic based on the fact that from the discussions we have had a couple of days, especially where we talk about command relationship as a general theme for this entire summit, I feel that it's important from the armed forces of Liberia standpoint, and that which is building the capacity, collaboration, coordination, and teamwork with our officers' counterpart. I think it's very important for we as senior enlisted or enlisted NCOs of the armed forces of Liberia to engage into.
And so this year also is kind of a newer portion that the senior enlisted get to sit down and have their own discussions. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yes, the breakout session for senior enlisted is very important because we had exchange of ideas, discussions points that our sisters country brought onto the table, which was facilitated by the United States senior enlisted. And we had a cross-table discussion, frankly discussion, as to how we can collaborate, coordinate in building the NCO Corps. And I say we can do that through empowerment. And what is that empowerment? The empowerment would be educating the NCO Corps, the senior enlisted members of our formation, so that we can relatively be on path with our senior counterparts, as the officer corps. So that can be done through educating the enlisted. So when you empower a man, you build his capacity, yes, in being knowledgeable as a subject matter expert.
And then you went to the U.S. Army's Sergeant Major Academy in Texas. How did that benefit you?
Well, USASMAN, the U.S. Army Sergeant Major Academy, is a center of excellence. So I had a privilege and opportunity selected from the Armed Forces of Liberia to attend the U.S. Army Sergeant Major Academy in 2020 to 2021, which I did graduate successfully, and I'm proud of that. And back in my country, Liberia, the knowledge acquired from the Sergeant Major Academy is what I'm driving my enlisted corps on right now. Professional military education. Those are some of the key areas in building our own NCO's capacity. So it's very rewarding.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Well, I just want to thank the organizer, and my thanks and appreciation go to the organizer for this all-important summit. Our host country, the Republic of Ivory Coast, which is my close neighbor, Liberia. Yeah, and our counterpart, the United States Army. We want to thank you so much for providing us an opportunity again to come here on the world stage to come and contribute towards our own military organization.
All right, thank you, Sergeant Major.
The summit of the land forces is very important for our country. Our country, as you know, is coming out from a crisis in 2011. Now it shows to people that we are back on the scene, on the international scene. And on the military side, this summit is very important for the country because we need to share experiences with United States Armed Forces, but also with different armed forces from different African countries. That is very important to come up with a robust solution for the challenge to come.
Okay, and what have you learned here so far, sir?
A lot of things have been learned here. First of all, building a network is very important if we want to face a problem like a terrorism threat. We learn a lot by knowing what is the experience of the other, how they have managed to handle the situation regarding the threat that we have today and which is coming. How to build a network for future collaboration between us. It's very important for us because the threat is active and act quickly. So we need to give a very quick response too. That's the reason why it's important for us to build a network.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, sir?
What I can add is that I want to thank SETAF for the opportunity that this institution gave to Côte d'Ivoire to show to people that Côte d'Ivoire is back to the international scene and Côte d'Ivoire is a safe place. Also, I want to thank SETAF because it's very important for us to receive here more than 400 participants coming from various countries. It's very important to show that we have the capacity to do it. And of course, this shows us the importance of the collaboration and the future cooperation that we can have with the United States Armed Forces. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.